Hello dear viewers, greetings again from Da Nang. Today we will review a proper Turkish kebab place called Anatolian Kebab. Unlike most other places, this looks like to be a proper authentic Turkish restaurant, and I've seen some other food such as pide and Iskender kebabs there on the menu. So there's a good chance it's actually being run by Turks. It should be somewhere right in this street. So I hope there will be no disappointment, and I hope that the restaurant will actually be open. Korean food and drink, not this one. Yeah, it seems that it's closed again. There might be another kebab shop here around the corner. Let's check that one out.
Yeah.
But we went there and it seems to be closed. So there is an abandoned doner kebab stand here. It's not currently in function. Whew. So it seems that on the map in Vietnam there's a lot of kebabs, but when you actually get there, in more than half of the cases, maybe 2/3 of the cases, the restaurant has been moved or it has been closed. So it seems that I was wrong in my original assessment when I said that Vietnam has a lot of kebab shops. It seems that most of them might have been there at some point in time, but then they went bust and they just didn't get removed from Google Maps. Alright, so it seems that we missed it because the doors were closed, however the place is actually open. We'll go now back into the same street and try to find the kebab place. Okay, so here it is, Istanbul Anatolian Kebab House. Oh, hello. Hi. Okay, dear viewers, so the thing is here, you need to scan the QR code first, and then you can see it on your phone. I think I'll go for large lamb pita doner. It's gonna be a nice change from the lamb, from the chicken that is usually served here. With the beverages. Not bad. Some Huda draught beer, big. Sorry, do you have this draft beer?
Yes.
Huda, okay.
We have Buddha draft.
Okay.
Small or big?
I'd like a big one.
Big one.
What do you?
Smaller one, please.
Small.
I'll just take a big one with
Okay.
the...
If I could not fit it, I will send it.
Yeah, two big ones.
And what else?
It's up to you. You can choose what you want.
I will go for pide, lamb and cheese.
Sure.
And you? Okay. Okay.
So I'd like one large lamb pita doner.
Okay. Do you want lettuce, tomato, onion, yogurt sauce, chili?
Yeah, all of that.
Okay. And for you, lamb kebab and cheese, right?
And may I have mashed egg and with onion?
Okay, so this is the kebab we received. It is in a pita bread. We'll see what's inside when it comes to the mix.
Did you open it?
Huh?
Okay, can you show it to the viewers?
Okay, it seems to have a lot of vegetables, and we'll decide how much meat there is. $499, so it's exactly 1 gram off half a kilo. That one is gonna be easy to remember. So 499. That one is the heaviest kebab so far in Vietnam, but it's not heaviest by a large margin. This is also the priciest, which we will come to later. Nice. The pita looks homemade to me. It's very thin for pitas. Well, I just started eating it, but so far it seems to be head and shoulders above other kebabs I've eaten in Vietnam. That is kind of to be expected. Firstly, because this kebab costs 240,000 Vietnamese dongs, which is, what is that, around 8-9 euros. So it's a very expensive kebab. Second, it's made in an authentic Turkish restaurant run by an owner from Turkey. There is a fair amount of meat in this kebab. It's a lamb one, first one in Vietnam, the other ones are chicken here. So this paper, like this kebab, contains a lot of liquid, and this paper basically broke because of it.
I know when they go to church, it's no step. So we have cured what they say, Vietnam, no step.
Okay, this is basically like a soup now in my plate. It was a nice kebab, but it started tasting very well, but by the end of it, it really didn't feel anything special. It had lamb, which was a plus. It was not spicy at all, even though I think the owner mentioned that there will be spicy sauce. And I don't know. I think it was quite similar to the kebab I reviewed last night, which I gave it 2.5 stars, so this one will get the same rating. Right, so this was Istanbul Anatolian Kebab house, and it really pains me to say that the kebab was very disappointing in there. Now, the place itself was great. The owner was very kind, very friendly, very nice. We talked for him for 1 hour after we finished our meal. He gave us a free dessert. The food is genuinely authentically Turkish. We had other stuff like pide or a Turkish salad, and actually that food was very good. However, the kebab itself, the crown jewel in the Turkish cuisine, was pretty disappointing. They made homemade bread, which I normally like, but this one was kind of too thin and didn't have a particular flavor. However, my biggest complaint about it was that it was basically missing any sauce. There was lots of liquid in the kebab, but hardly any sauce. The lamb meat, which the owner said that he imports from Australia because it is not it's not generally eaten here in Vietnam. It was okay, although nothing that special. The salad, it was a good typical selection of vegetables, so tomato, lettuce, onion. But again, just missing, it was really missing the sauce to bind everything together. And when it comes to the ingredients themselves, they were nothing really extreme. So yeah, this was Istanbul Anatolian Kebab House. As I said, generally very nice place, very nice owner, but the kebab itself, it was fairly disappointing. Fortunately, we are not running a charity here, so I am not going to give an undeservedly high rating just because the owner was, for example, nice to us. That's why I'm recording this epilogue to the video. However, when it comes to kebab itself, I could not recommend it, and especially not at the very high price it was sold to us. So that was Istanbul Anatolian Kebab House in Da Nang, Vietnam. It is an authentic Turkish restaurant run by very nice Turkish owners, and they also offer a good selection of traditional Turkish food. Despite all of that, the kebab was very disappointing. It was not a terrible or even bad kebab by any standard, but considering it was served in a real Turkish restaurant for a very high price of 239,000 Vietnamese dongs, I expected a lot more from it. The kebab packs half a kilogram, which is big for Vietnamese standards, although otherwise it is average. The value for money is very low, not just for Vietnam but even for Western Europe. In fact, this kebab provides the second worst value of all the kebabs I've reviewed so far, with one in London providing 1 gram per euro less than this one. Therefore, it is second only by the tiniest of margins. When it comes to relative affordability, this kebab is tied for the last place with one from Pamukkale, Turkey, offering measly 0.7 kilograms per day for the average worker. If one includes a drink, a Vietnamese laborer needs to work 1 full day to be able to afford the meal that I just had. That is all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week in another episode.